Brothers and sisters, friends and family, welcome, welcome, welcome. Big hugs to all of you guys. Much love to all of you guys. I hope your week is going well. I know the United States is in a lot of danger right now. I know there are a tremendous amount of you guys out there that have been displaced. I know there's a lot of suffering going on right now. And guys, we hope and pray that you guys are well. We hope and pray that you guys are blessed. There's stories that are coming out of a lot of this stuff where people have actually prayed to our Creator and everywhere around them was completely destroyed, but their place was miraculously saved. And I know that's probably not the case for everybody, but there are absolutely cases of miracles that are happening. And the amazing thing about the hand of our Creator is that we live in a world with supernatural protection where our Creator, Yahuwah, which is, a lot of you guys would say God, but there's a lot of different gods per se. The name God is a title. It's not it's like a Mr. Smith or something of the sort. So our Creator's name, which has been hidden from all of us, is Yahuwah. And this is his name in Paleo Hebrew. And it looks beautiful, right? Doesn't that look like a beautiful name? And then we have the name of his son, which is Yahushua, which means there's a couple things. It means salvation, number one. It means Yah is with us. And a lot of you guys would say it, Yahusha, Yeshua. There's various forms of the same name, just like a kind of a nickname. It's far closer than what they have told us, which is Jesus, which is basically the son of Zeus. So the joke is on us. And then once they have put that into all our scriptures and then renamed our Creator and renamed his son, it's just, they've done a tremendous amount of other horrible translation things as well, which is why I'm very, very proud to be a part of Yah Scriptures. And Yah Scriptures is available, free version of it, as well as every version of it that we have that we can give away for free is 100% free. Tremendous amount of time has been invested into the Google app. It is a tremendous app. I've been reading out of it. We read out of it every single day. We read out of it multiple times a day. It is just functioning. It does not take any kind of internet access whatsoever. There's no logs on it. There's no spyware. There's no nothing to it. It's just a straight up awesome functioning digital app that has 103 books. And you're able to copy and paste and send them around, do what you guys need to do. So that's all free of charge for Google apps, for Google, any kind of Google phones. Guys, you can go to Yah Scriptures, put a .com at the end of this, and this is where you will find this beautiful blue version of this. All of the bookmarks are of the colors that our Creator loves, that he loves throughout when we read Torah. And for those who do not know what Torah is the very first 5 books of Scriptures. And so it is inside those very first 5 books of Scriptures, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, that you will find a set of rules that if you will take and allow them to govern your lives, you will find all sorts of riches. I'm talking extreme wealth. And the wealth that I'm talking about is not one of these things that is a worldly wealth of bank money and all of these great things. And it is possible our Creator would absolutely give cash to those who are responsible for it. But the riches that we have that we can absolutely get today is kingdom riches. We can get that credit card for the kingdom to come. And according to scriptures, the kingdom will come. There will be a day when over on Mount Zion, a giant city will come flying down from the sky. It is the city of Elohim. The real city of Elohim is the New Jerusalem. And our Messiah, Yahushua, who those of you guys know him as Jesus the Christ, he will be reigning from over there. He will call. There will be a second Exodus. There will be people called from all over these 4 corners of the world. We will be called, and we will called over to this. But the recipe for being called, the ones who are called are not those who are sitting there eating pork and beans, those worshiping on a Sunday, the people that don't even know what the laws of our Creator are. You see inside of Scriptures, we are called not just to know the ways of our Creator, which is the first 5 books of Scriptures, but we're supposed to embrace our entire lives around them. It's everything that should be functioning for us as armament. It's everything that should be functioning for us for defense, for offense, for our entire existence. There is no time that you would ever want to not know what the ways of our Creator are, because in a world that is roaming full of demons and devils and evil, you're defenseless. If you don't have the word of our Creator, the words of wisdom, the Kodesh ways of our Creator, etched upon your heart, mind, and soul, then by default, you're letting yourself down. You have walked some very dangerous lands that can get us into a lot of troubles spiritually and physically without understanding what our Creator wants us to do. And so when we reject these books, when we say they've been nailed to the cross, or that the laws don't exist anymore, or that we come up with something that says there's a guy that's 7/8 the way through the Bible, and he says things that I don't understand, it makes me think the laws are no more. But yet we have, from the very first page, we have scriptures of laws that are applicable to us today. Wonderful things, guys. One of the laws, commands, is to be fruitful, right? How would you not like to have that command to be fruitful? Our Creator has designed us with 2 hands and ears and tongues and eyes, that we're able to see and operate and think clearly and dissect information and assimilate it, and to either choose, based upon free will, a path with our Creator, or by default, if we just don't care, then we're going the way of the world. And throughout Scriptures, we're told not to be a part of the world. We're told not to look like the world, taste like the world, or smell like the world. If we are watching television programming, if we are doing evil, if we are watching pornography and making ourselves an adulterer, and making all of these women and men in these videos more adulterers than what they are, we're just lopping more and more sins up on the day of accounting for what? A brief moment of pleasure? That's what we're willing to risk eternity for, is for this brief moment. Guys, this is a path of righteousness. This is a path of holiness, of being Kodesh, being one with the way that our Creator wishes us to walk. And so I would encourage everybody out there to read your scriptures. Guys, Yah Scriptures is completely free. There's PDFs of it that you are very small. They're on the download page, yahscriptures.com. Go to downloads. They're all right there. Everything that we have, we produce, is right there, absolutely free of charge. And for those who want to help out with our Bible ministry, with the ability for us to get prisoners in the U.S. prisons, that is our focus. Our focus is on no other prisons in the world but the United States of America, because the United States of America has a major incarceration problem, where there are so many people incarcerated, and the system in the United States is a tragedy. When it comes down to the 700,000 federal laws we all fall under every single day, that a lot of guys have gotten wrapped up into, then you have these big corporations that come after you with their legal beagle teams that are, unless you're able to have a huge attorney, then you're at the mercy of these courts. And guys, we have met a tremendous amount of good people in this. What we do is, when we send a scriptures into these brothers and sisters in chains, we work with them via email. It's a nonstop process. It is something that we are there for questions. We are there for mentoring. We are there for sending commandments to. We are there for just being their friends and trying to work the angle that we can get through the door based upon the love for them. And it has been very, very rewarding. And so, guys, when you purchase Yah Scriptures, it is available. It gives us the opportunity to help these brothers and sisters in chains. So, guys, this is limited edition. Get this while you still can. I don't know how long it's going to be around. I hope forever, but you never know. We were able to get one batch in. We have to get things restored back to order to get another batch when that is. So it's up to everybody out there who finds value in these precious, precious words that are coming from this really large book. Okay, this takes us to the very last book in Yah Scriptures, which is one we've been reading out of, and for some weird reason, this book, at least deeper on into this, it's gotten me very, very long-winded, and I don't mean to be. But it's just we have a lot to discuss, and I love chatting with you guys. I love seeing the comments. I love seeing the feedback, and I love just hanging out with you guys. So what we're talking about right now is we are working with our Messiah, right? The Creator's Son, Yahushua, who's walking among people, and the importance of understanding and talking about and dissecting the words of our Messiah is our Messiah is going to be our captain. He is going to be our complete leader when it comes to understanding things that all of us don't know right now, right? We're all on different calendars. Everybody I know is on a different calendar. Some are close, some are not. You have the Jewish calendar, you have all these different things, and our Messiah is coming to clear this up. Right? There's no reason for us to be battling and for us to hate each other and for us to be throwing axes into each other's backs over a calendar issue that there is nobody that's able to prove this without a shadow of a doubt. The moon guys are not able to prove this because all the appointed times do not line up with scriptures. And so it's something that we need a leader to come and restore that. And that's why we have our Messiah. And this is why we need to trust in his words and understand that when he's speaking to us about the Torah, he's not replacing anything, but he's showing us how to walk through the Torah, walk with the Torah better, how it is we can adjust it, what the full aspect of the Torah is. It's literally the word, the Torah made flesh. Our Messiah was hanging out with his dad prior to our creation. We don't know how long they were together. It could, for all we know, it could be billions of years. We don't know. But we do know prior to creation, our Messiah was with his Father, knowing his ways, knowing his walk, knowing his wishes, being a part of that world enough that when he came down, the representative that we were given is top notch. There's nobody better. There was nobody more qualified. That this is the way forward. And so when he speaks, when he says these things, let's take it to heart. Let's consider it. Let's see what we can learn. 54. Never be afraid to voice your needs. And this is coming from Messiah. And if you have a friend, turn to him whenever you require help. For this is the nature of friendship. Ask, and you will receive. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be open. Okay, let's finish this last little piece. Well, actually, no. Let's talk about this little piece right here, because this is something we have heard in scriptures before, right? We know of the knock and the door will be open. Seek and ye shall find. But this adds a little different aspect, right? It talks about if we have a need, we need to voice our needs. Number one, he doesn't just say, voice your needs to the friend. This is what he's talking about, right? This is our ability to have a direct line of communication to our Creator. And this is why when we pray, it's in the template, it's in the example of our Father who art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name, right? If we don't know how to pray, we pray to our Father. We don't pray to the Son. We are in a deceptive living world where religion has lied to everybody, and everybody will fight for these lies and the traditions of men, even when you point them out that they are contrary to scriptures. And so to align our souls and protect our souls and to guard the word of our Creator, which our Creator has said over 53 times in scriptures alone, that we need to guard the laws, statutes, and commandments. We need to fight for them. We need to exist for them. And so when we do this, it gives us a supernatural ability to get the ear of our Creator even better, right? If we have needs, we need to be voicing it to our Creator. If this is something that is concerning to us as human beings, bring it to our Creator. Then Messiah continues on, and he says, if you have a friend, turn to him whenever you require help, for this is the nature of friendship. And not only is this the nature of friendship, but this is the nature of the Torah in general, right? If somebody came to you in need of something and you turn them down, and it's just by default, these guys need something that's life or death, and you just turn them down, it's probably not somebody you would consider a friend, right? They're probably not going to consider you a friend when they come to you in desperation, and in that desperation move, you do nothing or anything like that, right? The two of the greatest commandments that our Messiah says we have is to love our Creator with all our heart, with all our mind, and with all our soul. The second of that is what Messiah says is that we need to love our neighbors as ourselves. That's huge, right? We are very good to ourselves. We get up and we take drinks of water when we need to it. We stretch out when we need. We clothe ourselves. We bath ourselves. We make sure that we are taken care of, right? So when we are to love our neighbor as ourselves, that same care that we have given to ourselves, we need to give that to others. We need to be there for other people's needs. That's, Messiah says, something that trips the Christians up all the time, because he goes further and says, the Torah, the entire Torah hangs on these two commandments. So the Christians are like, well, I love God with all my heart, and I love my neighbor as myself, and that's all I need to do for the Torah. When that is actually extremely short-sighted understanding of the greatness of the Torah, right? If that's your understanding of it and all you know is two, but we have things like don't eat the fat, don't drink the blood, keep proper weights and measurements, don't harm the disabled. There's all sorts of very, very, very good commands, including our dietary commands, which tells us the right things to eat and wrong things to eat from a health aspect. Pigs, lobster, shellfish, catfish, they're not to be eaten. Those are unclean animals. They eat and digest things differently. We have things with scales we can eat, fins and scales. Those are clean foods to us. Chickens, cows, the things like the land scavengers and the junkyard beasts. It's not that our Creator doesn't want us to have good things, because he grows us all sorts of great, wonderful things. It's that he doesn't want us to have things that are dangerous for us and make us very sick. Hundreds of thousands of people end up in hospitals all over the country, all over the world, every single year, because of all the parasites and the dirty bugs and the things that are in the pork. And people just peddle it out as like a great thing to eat. And it's dangerous, guys. And so Messiah continues on and reiterates things that, again, that we know, right? Knock, it's going to be open to us. This is where we have the ear of our Creator. When we are loyal to our Creator and we are truly his people and he is truly our Elohim, then it's just like every single dad and every single father that wants everything great for their kids who are working and growing properly. When you're a father and you have a very rebellious kid, and things are going very wrong, you don't see as giving them more and more. You see as giving them less and less until they straighten their ways and narrow their ways and conform to the wishes of the house. That's the same thing our Creator has said and he wants us to do. But we have all these religions that are filthy liars that said these laws are gone. They're just old and moldy. They're for the people of old, Moses' people. We got the new way forward. We got doctrine that does not even apply and does not even show up in scriptures, cannot be held up in scriptures, and is a doctrine based upon the words of a man, Shaul, Paul. So how many souls have been damned to hell because they decided all food has been made clean? And when they take Paul's letters out of context, that they don't even know what was originally written to him, and they decide that the laws are no good, when you have hundreds of places inside of scriptures that reiterates we need to be obedient. The people need to be obedient. If we're not obedient, we're going to get crushed. We're all going to go in captivity, right? The way forward is the first 5 books of scriptures. Continuing on. This is why I get real long-winded. I do not mean to. Sorry, fellas and gals. Much love to ya. These things are the Torah of life, of Kai. For at the end of it, it will be said to you, As you sought, so have you found, and according to the manner of asking, have you received. It is not what you seek, but how you seek it. Not what you request, but the manner of requesting. Very big things. These are some tips for absolute prayer dominancy. Do we want our prayers answered? Number one, we got to be seeking the right things to want. If we're looking for this new car, or we're looking for a new house, or looking for, material items, it's, the thing is, our Creator gives that stuff and blesses those who are walking with Him. But not everybody gets the big fancy houses. Not everybody gets the cars. Most of us live in what you would call poverty, right? We live hand to mouth, month to month. It's one of these things that our Creator has given us the ability not to fret, has told us not to fret, that we need to be worrying about our soul and not worrying about what tomorrow's meals are going to be, right? And so when we're praying, we must seek the right ways. We must request the things that are proper. When prayers aren't answered, it's not that they're not answered. It's that we don't understand the scope of what is happening. We don't know the future. And sometimes these prayers that could be answered would put us in detriment, or would put us in a problem in the future, would do something that would affect our spirit and our soul. And so it's better that it doesn't happen versus us getting what we wish all the time, right? It's how we ask and what we ask for. And it should be things that are beneficial to the kingdom. It should be things that are understanding that our Creator already knows our brokenness. He knows when we're defeated. He knows when we're depressed. He knows all of this, right? And He's there for us in all of these things. 55. Is there any man among you who, if his son asks for bread, will give him a stone, or a snake if he asks for a fish? If then you, with all your mortal faults and ignorance, know how to give the right things to your children, how much more able is Yahuwah to give what is right for His? Guys, this is Messiah beating these guys, right? Trying to get people to the understanding that us as parents, when our kids come to us, we want more than anything to make them happy. And sometimes that's at the detriment of the child itself, right? Say, for instance, video games, where these kids just, they soak themselves in video games and that's all they want. And you're just like, okay. And all of a sudden their entire focus is all about that. That's our issue as humans. We want to give our kids really, really good things. But this is going back to that our Creator knows what we need, and He wants to give those who are loyal to Him good things, right? He controls everything. He controls how the sun rays are. He controls the rain. He controls everything. It's all under His control. And He has our very best interest at stake, which is, again, more reasons to be loyal to our Creator, to our birthing genius Father. That's who gave us life, gave us our looks, gave us freckles if you got any, gave you toe hair if you got any, gave you ear hair if you got any. He gave all of these amazing designs to all of us, and He knows we need things. He knows this life is a tough life. He knows there's unclean spirits that are always out trying to take us to school. It's even more reason to be loyal to the one that has the power to make this all happen. Let's conform everything that we have. Continuing on. Wow, I've already done it. 2 verses. Okay. The things you surely do not need are comfort and content, while assurance and security open the gates to spiritual apathy. Okay. Let's talk about this real quick. The things you surely do not need are comfort and content. That's hard, right? That's not what any one of us want to hear. That's not how we are wishing life to go. But when we have 120 years of eternity, thousands and 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 thousands of years that we would have in eternity, these 120 don't matter. We need to make them matter from a soul perspective, in that we are seeking our Creator every single day, that we are wrapping ourselves up in these laws, statutes, and commandments, that we love and respect Him and respect His Son for giving us such a amazing path forward, and for Messiah to offer Himself up to get rid of all these corrupt priests throughout the years. All the entire priesthood is a corrupt mess. Is even back in the days of Samuel and Shemuel and Eli. Things were very, very much corrupted, and all the priests went astray. We didn't even have a priest we couldn't even have a priest help us out until he went and atoned himself for sin. And now we do. We have a Messiah that did no sin, that walked the Torah perfectly, that's going to come back and hopefully guide all of us in a very gentle, calming manner. But guys, also understand that if you are not obedient to the laws of our Creator, Matthew 7 says, Messiah says, go to hell. In fact, he goes even further. He says, since you are Torahless, that's your destination. You depart from me. When he says depart from me, that's a boot in the rear to hit the down arrow to the lower destination. You're not going to be hanging out with our Creator or His Son or anybody of righteousness. You're going to be hanging out with the people of Las Vegas. I'm talking about the bad part of Las Vegas. The world understands Las Vegas as a pretty vile place. Okay, he continues on, and so we don't need to be worrying about comfort, contentment, any of this stuff. The insurances and security open the gate to spiritual apathy, right? When you're good, when you're content, you don't have to worry about your bills, when you don't have to worry about anything, everything's taken care of. All of a sudden, we become less dependent upon Pops, Father, who has given us everything, and we get shirky-worky in our walk. We don't read scriptures, we don't pray, we don't get near our Creator, we don't walk the Torah, we don't help others, we don't love others, we look like the world. That's just what the world is, right? And so Messiah continues on. He goes, enter by the narrow, unpretentious gate. For the road leading to the dark abyss is a wide road and attractive entrance, while the gate leading to immortality is austere, and the road fraught with difficulties. Guys, this is where I'm going to leave this, because this is incredible, because we've heard this before. This is almost word for word, kind of, sort of. We know about the gate, right? We know about the wide path that leads to destruction after we get it. And we also know from other scriptures, Messiah says, most don't make it. And so that is one of these things that is a problem. If most don't make it, then what are we doing wrong? Why don't most people make it? Well, when Messiah says, depart from me, he says, you who work lawlessness. The law is the first 5 books of scriptures. It's not actually called the law. That's another translation, mumbo jumbo, because it's actually called the Torah. It's the way forward. And that's literally what it means. And so when we embrace the Torah, when we take the way forward, when we decide that our Creator is way smarter than we could ever be, and His ways are absolutely marvelous and simply wonderful, then we become one with the Torah. We become one with the kingdom. And the kingdom people, the people based on the kingdom, aren't going to be the lawless, right? All of us are going to probably be wrong on our calendars. We're going to have things wrong. None of us have any idea how to do any of these appointed times truly right. We have days, we know of some campouts, and we know of some things, but we don't really know what was going on, or how they ran it, right? It's stuff that we're years later, right? We're at the end of the 6,000 years. These guys were doing this stuff like 4,000 years ago. It's gotten lost. It's lost in the translation. It's lost, and it's probably lost because the evil people have done that and done such. So guys, with that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hopefully this didn't go too long. I did it under 30 minutes. We make 3 verses every time. So much love to you all. Have a great day. Shalom.